What's going on, guys? Jade Rabbit here. Today is Tuesday. That means it's time for another Nightfall solo run. So this week's Nightfall is Omnigol, which is a big disappointment because we've seen it so many times in the recent past. The modifiers are Epic, Nightfall, and Angry. Minions of the Darkness won't flinch even after massive damage. You're going to see this in action, definitely. It makes some of the knights actually pretty difficult to take down. Next, we see Juggler, no ammo drops for your equipped weapon, and sometimes no ammo drops at all. And finally, Void Burn. So this is the big change up for this strike, Void Burn. There's not a whole lot of enemies that do Void Burn, and we're actually well equipped for it. So I'll go over my equipment real quick. I am using a Defender class Titan. I will be using the Ruin Wings, also the Word of Crota, that's leveled up to 365, my LDR 5001, also at 365, and finally my Corrective Measure at 365, although you'll see me switch to Truth at certain times. So that's it for my loadout. Let's get into it. Alright guys, we're back and we have landed on Earth. We're in the Cosmodrome, ready to get this strike started. It is Omnigul again. That's a little bit disappointing to me. I'll be honest with you. We've run Omnigul now, I think, 4 times in like the last 8 weeks. And there's so many strikes available to Destiny. I do not understand why Bungie keeps making this the Nightfall. This week is a little bit different with Void Burn. There's really only one enemy I can think of that does Void. It's the Ogre kind of toward the end of the strike. So we've got a significant advantage. It shouldn't be as hard as other weeks, especially when it is an Arc Burn strike. But still, I prefer a little variety. Where do you go? I won't be talking about too much strategy here. If you'd like to see this strike run with a little more strategy talk, that is available. I'll try and remember to put a link in the description to an older version of me running this strike solo for anybody looking for tips on how to do it. But at this point, I kind of feel like it's old hat. And it's not that difficult, really. Especially with Void Burn. Hello. What's up, big guy? But what I do want to talk about is the Taken King. So we've seen a lot of information released really early for the Taken King DLC. That's going to be coming out September 15th. And I, for one, am really excited by what we've seen so far. We've gotten a trailer. We've seen the new subclasses, one subclass for each of the classes, the Titan, the Hunter, and the Warlock. We've seen the trailer, obviously, which looks really exciting. I'm psyched to finally have a new raid fighting Oryx. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited to see the Taken. So a lot of speculation about the Taken has taken place. Whether it would be a brand new race or a kind of amalgamation of current races, but under the control... Whoop, I gotta back off here. Under the control of Oryx, it seems to be that it is going to be that second one. It's going to be an amalgamation of other races under the control of Oryx. And what people were worried about is it would just be, you know, we're just fighting the same enemies again. But what that trailer seemed to show were, sure, they're the same enemy types, but they have different abilities, they have different looks to them, so it's not going to be like just the exact same thing that we're used to. Which is good. You know, more variety is definitely good, especially in a DLC. You want some variety from the main game, from the DLC we've already gotten, and it looks like it's going to provide that. The trailer was stunning. I really liked how they kind of call back Crota. You know, they give a motivation to Oryx that, you know, we are the Guardians that killed his son, and he's back, and he's here specifically for revenge. I think that's it's a pretty interesting storyline for Destiny. I think it'll be fun to go through it. I'm hoping that the story is pretty in-depth. It'd be nice to get some cutscenes in there. It's something that's definitely been missing from Destiny. So that'd be really cool. And Oryx looks badass as hell. Like, he just looks like a mother. He looks like a way badder version of Crota. I'm gonna back off here a little bit. Let the Fallen and the Hive fight it out a little bit here. So yeah, I'm really excited to see the new raid. That's going to be awesome. New strikes. Unfortunately, there is going to be PlayStation exclusive content, which I know a lot of people are upset about. I was sort of under the impression that that deal might be over, but it either got renewed or it was in place for multiple years. So there will be a PlayStation exclusive bit of content, at least a strike, maybe two. At least one exotic. We've seen the Jade Rabbit, which frankly I'm super excited about because it's the Jade Rabbit. It's my favorite emblem in the game, you know, just because of the rabbit thing. But it's a scout rifle that looks like it's going to be high impact kinetic damage with, you know, a long range scope. So that should be cool. It looks really cool. Like, I love the look of the thing from what we've seen in just the single picture that's come out about it. I'll try and remember to put a link to that. If I forget to put any of these links in, just mention it in the comments and I'll link them after the fact, because it'll be quite a while before I can actually edit the description of this video from the time that I'm actually recording it. I'm going to back off here. I'd like to use a sniper to take down some of these enemies so I can start refilling my primary a little bit. And then we've got the new subclasses. And the subclasses, I think, are super exciting. So we're getting a new subclass for each of the main classes in the game.
Push forward, Guardian.
We're getting the Void Bow for the Hunters. We're getting the Solar Hammer for the Titans. And we're getting the Arc Storm for the Warlocks. Now, of the three, I gotta be honest with you, I'm most excited for the Void Bow. It looks so cool. And the possibilities for what it does are really interesting as well. So, the speculation right now is that it's not just gonna be a DPS thing. It's not just gonna be like the Golden Gun where you fire it at something, that thing dies, and, you know, it's over. Or kind of like a Nova Bomb. Instead, what it's actually going to do is kind of tether whatever you shoot it at to its current location, which against like big bosses that move around a lot, like sort of like Skolas maybe, it's going to be really, really useful because you'll be able to tether him to his spot, and then the rest of your fire team will really be able to get your DPS going on that stationary object. How that'll work for PvP, I think, is an interesting question. I don't know that it will. Maybe there will be a version of it that has like an area effect. So you could fire it at like a team of enemies, maybe on a control point, and they'd all be kind of stuck there, making it easy for your team to take them out. Like maybe with a Nova Bomb or a Striker Titan, something like that.
The Hive have stirred the scavengers.
Like, if you're doing that, why don't you just lead with that Void Bomb and not have to worry about slowing them down? Or the Striker Titan, not have to worry about slowing them down. Or just hit them with the Golden Gun. You got 3 or 4 shots with that Golden Gun in PvP. So why not just lead with that? So, while it's an interesting theory for PvP, I don't see its usefulness. You know, maybe that will come later. Maybe we'll figure that out as kind of the game progresses. But right off the bat, I don't see it being very useful for PvP. But there may be, you know, different versions of it. Similar to how the Void Bomb now has a few different versions that are useful in different scenarios, like Lance or splitting that Nova Bomb up into 3 pieces and being able to kind of hit a wider area, or getting tracking on it. You know, maybe there will be like different options similar to that for the Void Bow, which would be fun. That's one of the things that excites me the most, really, is leveling up these new subclasses, which I assume will still happen, and kind of figuring out, like, what's the best grenade for which situation, what's the best version of the super for which situation. Because at this point, you know, the subclasses that we have really been, excuse me, figured out, so to speak. You know, we know how to use them effectively, in theory, if not in practice. And there's not a whole lot of mystery left. So getting a brand new subclass could be really exciting. Some people speculate that with Destiny 2 we'll actually see new classes, which would be really great. But I think that's a bit much to ask for the DLC. Subclasses would be good. The second most interesting one, I think, is the Solar Hammer. Now, I had a little fun on last week's Planet Destiny podcast talking about the Solar Hammer, talking about how I wanted it to be a Mario Brothers style. Whoop, I gotta back off here. These shanks got in behind me. A Mario Brothers style hammer where you basically run around slamming it in front of you, and anything that gets in your way is basically toast. Which would be super funny, make for super good videos, and be really entertaining. But seeing as how the Titan does not have a ranged super as it is, I think what we've seen with the hammer being actually that, a ranged super, is going to be far more useful for the Titan. And I think that it'll really it'll even out the Titan, you know, it'll make him kind of usable for almost any situation. And having a ranged super in PvP for the Titan, I think, will be really useful as well for the Titan fans out there. The Warlock one I find a bit less interesting compared to the others, mainly just because it doesn't look all that original. It looks like something we've seen in other places. Star Wars comes to mind. But basically what he's got is a like an electricity coming out of his hands. It's shooting forward. And it looks like it'll probably arc between different enemies. Whoa, hello. What's up, big guy? Let's back off. Whoa, I'm stuck. I'm gonna just rocket these guys, get them out of my way. I'm in no need of rockets right now. There's another one of them over here. Let's try that. Oh, hello. So yeah, that one, I don't know, for some reason just doesn't capture my imagination as much as the Void Bow or the Solar Hammer. I'm sure it'll still be useful. I'm sure it'll still be a good super. And it'll still be fun to, like, check out all the grenades and how, you know, all the options for that super and how best to use it and at what time to use it. But just the look of the super just doesn't seem to me as cool as the Solar Hammer and the Void Bow. And it'd also be nice, you know, so when I selected this Nightfall, I saw that it was void damage. So I basically selected between the Void Walker Warlock setup, which is, I think, one of the most fun setups in the game, and the Defender Titan, which I'm using. And I chose the Defender just for the extra bit of defense that the bubble will provide me when I need it. The Hunter wasn't even an option, because he doesn't have... Let's see if I can jump up here and shoot this guy. The Hunter wasn't even an option simply because he does not have a void damage special or super. And I like using the Hunter, especially in Nightfall Strikes. I think it's a super fun setup to go with, class to run. But he's at a disadvantage this week because he doesn't have void damage. And what this is going to do, what this DLC is going to do, what these new subclasses is going to do, is actually give
Keep moving, Guardian. Find
each
Omnigol.
of the classes that subclass, that elementals type that they've been missing. So in Nightfalls or in the Prison of Elders, when we've got burns on, nobody's going to be at a serious disadvantage. And I like that. You know, it adds more variety to the game, and that's great. I'm always up for more variety in the game. Whenever they add anything new, I'm always hoping that it significantly changes the meta of the game. And 3 new supers, that's going to change the meta of the game. What I'm wondering is if that new solar version of the Titan is going to have a blink jump. Now, in PvP, I think everybody can agree that blink jump plus shotguns is either A, an awesome way to play, or B, an overpowered, cheap way to play. But nobody can deny that it's an effective way to play. Like, nobody can deny that. And Titans are the only character that doesn't have them. So I don't foresee Bungie taking Blink out of the game, right? Like, let's assume that's not going to happen, at least not until Destiny 2. Maybe we'll get all brand new subclasses in Destiny 2, and Blink just won't be a part of that. Maybe that'll happen, maybe it won't. Who knows? But let's assume that's not going to happen in Destiny as it sits. So that puts the Titans at a disadvantage. So does that mean that we should give the Titans that blink jump that they've been missing? Give them that advantage that the Void Walkers and the Blade Dancers have had all this time. You know, a blink jump plus a ranged super, that could be really a powerful thing in PvP for Titans. Like, really powerful. I don't know if they'll do that. I don't know if they won't. But, it'll be interesting to see if that's what happens.
Omnigul, destroy her.
Even these knights aren't nearly as dangerous as they have been in weeks past. Because we've got I can't think of it, Void Burn as a elemental burn this week. Usually they've stuck with Arc for this, and it's a dangerous strike because of that. But the way it sits, just not that dangerous. Although there is a guy coming up that is going to be very dangerous. We'll see how dangerous he really is. Come on. Call on your friends. I know you want to. Alright, we're going to try and burn this guy as quickly as possible here. Can we get him? Yeah. Back off here. No light switch this week. Again, means knights just aren't as powerful as they have been in the past. But yeah, they're still knights, so we're gonna give them room to breathe. Oh boy. The hardest thing about this week's Nightfall is shooting these knights. Takes more shots than what you're used to. And they don't seem to stun as easily. Who's that? Is that a witch? I guess it was an acolyte. It's a blue engram now. You can tell when I'm actually concentrating because I stopped talking almost altogether. Alright, come on out. I know you're back there. Alright, we're gonna start pushing, but there's probably... yeah. Well, and I don't have any. Saw another knight running around. Whoop. Like to take that guy out as soon as the shield goes away. Alright, what else we got up here? There are a couple of acolytes up here that do pretty decent damage. There's one of them. I think there's another one still behind here. Yeah, there he is. And that pretty much brings us to the Omnigul fight. This fight is super annoying. Reload that before I put it away. Wow, those guys bum rushed me pretty quick. So yeah, all in all, I'm excited by basically everything I've seen by the Taken King so far. The Jade Rabbit has me super amped. I can't wait to get that gun. I know that it's a PlayStation 4 exclusive. I'm not happy that that's a thing still. I play on the PlayStation 4. But I have compassion for my Xbox One gaming brothers. And I understand how much it sucks to pay for the same content, or to pay the same amount of money for less content. You know, it just blows. I understand why Sony and Activision and Bungie are doing it. Like, it makes sense business-wise. Absolutely. But no way is it going to make gamers happy. Ultimately, I'd like to see a different way of doing that. Where'd he go? There he is. Got his shield back, unfortunately. Hey, girl. One thing I just realized is that I do want to switch back to corrective measure before I go out and burn her. So I'm going to switch that now so that I can hopefully start collecting some heavy without having to... Oh yeah, we're full up on heavy. That's great. That knight is super annoying. He'll just sit here and like fire into that same spot. Must be that heroic is on. Like, enemies just don't flinch. Oh, great. Now she's got a hold of me. Sometimes if you come over here and you shoot a little bit at the wall here, it'll aggro enemies over to that area. And you can kind of get them away from this door. God, I just can't follow up that shot. There he is. Come on, buddy. Just stay still long enough for me to snipe you. He's gonna have full shields again by the time I get back to him. And then he ducks behind cover. Alright, this is my chance. If I can get him right after that shield goes away. There we go. Alright, and that should be just about everybody. So the way I like to approach this is switch to my heavy. I pop a shield right here. Blessing the light, and then I'll go out and start messing with her. Wow. Okay, once she screams, I'm out of here. Back off, and I'll just start the process all over again. This is what makes this fight so boring, really. Is that you really have no choice but to, you know, hide, take out as many ads as you can, and once the ads are all gone, go out and start fighting Omnigul again. It's just not super... that guy's doing void damage. I didn't realize the acolytes were doing void damage in here. He did quite a bit of damage to me, too. Really quickly. I think his shield is up. And I'm running out of sniper ammo. Boo. The knight is back. Is he coming? Oh, and I'm out of primary ammo. What kind of ammo do I still have? Jeez. Sometimes juggler feels like you just don't get any ammo. We still got our knights up top there, and I'd really like to see them gone. The problem is I don't have the ammo, so now I went and picked up ammo. Hopefully I can take those knights out. Did I get him? Yeah, I think I got him. Good. Oh, got another one. I want to say there's another witch out there and another knight. So what I'm going to do is come on over here, trying to aggro those guys away from the door I'm looking at them from. Let's see if that gets me anywhere. Oh, there's that knight. So I think we've got pretty much everything cleared out. Again, I'm going to put a bubble here. Let's go out and see if we can peck away at her health. Miss with my suppressor grenade. Something's still shooting at me. I think it was a knight on the bottom floor. Yeah, there's still a knight on the bottom floor over there. Well, let's see. I don't want to waste that bubble. That was bad shooting. So the problem is I wasted my bubble. I didn't get that knight down. And now my bubble is gone. So normally about halfway through your damage cycle on Omnigol, some thralls will come out, some exploders will come out of that door. And I don't want them to sneak up on me. So now that I don't have that bubble to slow them down, I'm going to have to be super careful. Don't know where that knight is. There he is. I do have another suppressor grenade. That was a bad throw. There they are. I'm backing off to get rid of those guys. She has not called in her main reinforcements yet. So if I take out these exploders, I should be able to go back out there and put some more damage on her. There's at least one more of these things. There he is. Alright. She screamed, I'm out. Looks like I got about halfway down. So I should be able to take her out in 2 more rounds. I wish I was doing a little bit more damage to her, but... So let me know down in the comments, actually, which subclasses are you most excited about? Is it the Void Bow for the Hunter? Is it the Hammer for the Titan? Or is it the Arc Storm for the Warlock? Also, are you excited about the trailer? Did the trailer get you pumped? I mean, a lot of people were pissed off that we didn't get a new raid in the House of Wolves. And I think that was disappointing to just about everybody, you know? And to see that we are getting a new raid, that's really good. I'm happy about that. I wonder if we'll get new Prison Elders content. Will the raid, will that kind of be the system that we find, you know, is that you either get raid or Prison Elders content? Will the Prison Elders content just die after this DLC? Is that like a one and done type of thing? Who knows? I don't even know Bungie knows. You know, their model for this game has clearly been fluid. What they thought this game would be... Whoop, I'm out of ammo. I think it's changed. You know, based on customer feedback, what they see as popular, what they see as being extremely unpopular. You know, clearly, they are listening to fan feedback about this game. And I think that it's benefited the game as a whole. Alright, so we gotta work on this guy. Wow, something hit me hard there. I got a knight to my left. Probably not heroic. So if we can get him to show his face, I could probably take him down pretty quickly. But that knight in the corner, that one's always the issue. And he doesn't really get distracted when I shoot at that wall. You think he's too far away from that to really notice it. That was a miss. There we go. So I think what I'm going to do is use heavy to try and take out those other two wizards. I don't seem to be at a loss for heavy. And pecking away at their shields with the sniper just takes too long. One of them will come out. Ah! That was extremely poor timing. And that was Omnigol. So I think what I'll do is try and aggro him over to the side here and see what we can do. Alright, so that should get Omnigul pretty much alone. Is there still a knight out there? There might be. There's definitely a knight up here, but I'm not going to worry about him too much. What we'll do is aggro Omnigul over to here. Pop our bubble and try and put some damage onto her. Okay. Oh boy, he got out. And that's basically the plan. Hopefully we'll only have to do that one more time. We got another knight shooting at our wall, so we're gonna aggro him again. Come on back. Come on back. There seems to be something wrong with the knight shields. Like, they don't last as long as they're supposed to, but the shield, the knight is still ducking behind it, even though it's not there anymore. It's kind of funny. Alright, and we are once again out of primary ammo. I know there's a knight over there. Alright, we're kind of stuck here, so we need this knight to stop firing at this door so we can take him out. I don't think I hit that knight with that second shot. There we go. But we've only got 3 bullets from the guy on the other side. Juggler. Alright, I think we're going to have to use a heavy synth here. Wow, look at all those wizards. Hello. We're in a bad spot here. I just don't have the ammo I need. All I did was take down her shield there. There we go. Got one of them. Still got that knight over there, though. Alright, that was good. So now I think all we have is Omnigol and that knight over there. So I should be able to relatively safely do it. Oh boy. I do an ammo run, I was gonna say. Did he go down? He did. He went down the stairs in the back. I don't think I've got any ammo down here. Oh, there's a little primary. see if we can take this guy down sometime in the next 20 minutes or so. I actually think there's 2 knights left. Alright, I got some heavy now, so that'll help. I'm trying to take out this knight over here. Alright, and I think we should be able to go after Omnigul now. Hopefully we can burn her down right this second. Got her. Nice. All right. Stressful. Oh boy. Those guys still are coming. Stressful as usual. Let's hope we can get a really great reward for this.
But you, Guardian, have given them something new to fear.
I am still looking for that Mida multi-tool. I would take a new House of Wolves exotic. Let's see what we got. Peregrine Greaves, maybe? Maybe? Mida multi-tool, maybe? Maybe? I'll take anything. Let's take it. Come on. All right. Man, that was stressful at the end there. I wanted to keep firing into her, but I didn't want to die. I didn't want to have to do another round. All right, 344 kills. What is the reward? It's a sniper rifle. Amplified GOD6. Kills with this weapon reduce the cooldown of your grenade. Reloading this weapon has a chance to grant a larger than normal magazine. I gotta say, I haven't used this sniper rifle, so I don't know how good it is. But it is not an exotic. 344 kills. I think that deserves an exotic. So that's going to do it for this one, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks for listening to me talk about the Taken King. I had a good time. Let me know what you guys think about all we've heard about the Taken King. And I'll see you guys in the next video.